several years ago, we made two very specific changes to our business to align with our retail customers' needs. Well, firstly, we developed a more flexible support model. The model that works for, I guess, traditional business customers doesn't always work for retail. 9 to 5, 5 days a week doesn't cut it for retail. Saturdays and Sundays are much more important than Mondays and Tuesdays for most, but not for all. We needed a support model that was really flexible and aligned to retailers' hours in the days they work. Sometimes people are starting at 10 in the morning but working till 10 at night, etc. So we developed a support model that reflected how retailers needed to work so that they could get the support that they needed. And in addition, retailers also have a lot of part-time staff that require access to systems, but they also need to be registered on the Active Directory. And so just counting the number of users in a retailer isn't the same as counting the number of users in a normal business customer, because they have this kind of variable staffing model. So we needed to find ways to develop that so that we could kind of count the amount of support that was required in a different way. So we developed that several years ago, and that has made a big difference in terms of how we engage with our retail base. Secondly, we developed TotalNet. Now, TotalNet is it's a cloud-based SD-WAN, a software-defined network, and TotalNet was developed primarily with retailers in mind. It's a secure, managed SD-WAN service, and it provides retailers with a really cost-effective but a fully redundant network solution. Again, from a retail perspective, if a business doesn't get an email for a couple of minutes, that's one thing. If a retailer can't transact because the FPOS, well, that's catastrophic. And so this allowed us to provide the fully redundant solution so that we can manage both traditional and cloud-based network solutions. And since then, we've seen a really huge uptake in TotalNet. The reliability, the flexibility, the security, which has become a bigger and bigger need over time, and the ability to manage cloud-based services is been really important and a reason for the big uptake. And along the way, as things have progressed, many of our customers have been challenged with managing a mix of technologies. Everyone's on some kind of journey to the cloud, be it public, private, or SaaS solutions. So you really need to be able to have a foot in the future and a foot in the past. And so this can be difficult to manage, but the insights that you get when you have TotalNet really make it quite simple to be able to manage the complexity of those kind of changing worlds. It was the TotalNet solution, our cloud-based SD-WAN service. I think the most telling is that Liquorland have a list of 17 items that they track and measure across their 160 plus stores. And at the time that we engaged with them, network performance issues were number one on the list, with number one being bad, by the way, not good. And network is now number 17. It's not even raised as an issue anymore. So from an outcome for Liquorland, the promise of a reliable, cost-effective and secure network for their stores has been the outcome. It's a good question. We really needed to work with them to understand their environment and understand what was impacting the business, not just from a technology perspective, but what was important to the stores. So we worked with Liquorland at a head office level to understand their list of issues, but we went and visited all of their stores, well, not all of their stores, but a number of their stores, to understand what the view was from the people in the stores about what was important. And we also looked at their competition so that we didn't understand under their needs, but also where the market was at. And then once we understood where their issues were, we could prioritise these and agree that prioritisation with Liquorland. And we then focused on those. And I think the outcome that we've achieved is a result of that understanding from a business perspective, and then the focus from a priority perspective. I think the benefits of a cloud-based network, I think flexibility and visibility would have to be right up there. I guess, you can almost put security as a given these days. It's not, it's a really important part, but, security is a big part of it. But once you kind of get through that flexibility and visibility are really strong. So to give an example, sometimes we have someone setting up a new store where fibre hasn't been installed yet, or they've got a store where they've got issues with fibre or some kind of connectivity. With our total net solution, we can use DSL, VDSL, 4G, 5G, a Starlink satellite, anything really that can transmit data. Being cloud-based, we can pre-configure a new router and any devices that need to be configured, and we can just courier them out to sites, and they can just be plugged in and they work. It doesn't require to book a technician in and to have 3 or 4 days of downtime while they wait. We can have an amazing amount of uptime with very high SLAs. From a visibility perspective, you have full control over the whole network. So you can have it at an individual store level. You can have it for at an individual device down to a user, or that whole network. So you can see what applications are causing issues and block or allow access to specific applications, so you can turn those on or off. And if there's an issue with any store, you can just refer to an app on your phone. So you can be in Invercargill and you've got an issue in Kaitaia, you can have a look on your phone and you can see immediately what the issue is and what application is causing it. And so all of that troubleshooting time, which has just been eliminated, and I think that's just simply not possible without a cloud-based network.